Yes, guys, welcome for me, Championship Manager 0102. Time for a recap on the game, on network game I've got going with Matt Collier. Now, last week we were able to fire out ridiculous sessions, This week, not as much, for the simple reason, Matt does earlies, I do lates this week, so it's very difficult. That being said, we still managed to scrape in an hour last night, an hour before, and a bit here, there and everywhere. So, we are well into Season 4. Now, just to remind you, Matt was PSG, or moved to PSG, and I moved to Valencia. This is where we are at. Looking good for me at Valencia. Looking very, very good. 17 games gone. We are top of the table. We had this an hour or so last night. One slight issue I've got is my finances. And this was always going to bite me in the arse because I reached 10 league games for John Terry and Barry Ferguson, which cost me another £10 million total. So that's why that's the issue there. I thought I could make some more money, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. So in terms of so far this campaign, we've done really well. We're looking good in the UEFA Cup. We are through, but there was one particular hurdle which was outright. I think it was the first round. It was here. So we drew the first leg at home to Stade Liège 2-2, where we surrendered a 2-1 lead in the last minute of the game. Was a little bit pissed off. Then the second leg was that was just fucking stupid, weren't it? 90th minute, because we would have gone out on away goals. But we have had to make one serious departure in order to sort the money out. Angelou has departed. And that is where we are at with Valencia as we come to the second half of Season 4. Let's take a look at Paris Saint-Germain and Matt. Now, boy, I've got some stuff to tell you on Matt. Matt is having, I said to you he'd had a tough start. He is having a season from fucking hell. He has lost so many crucial games. And as you can see, he's only got a couple of games in hand. And even with them, he wouldn't really be top. And then Bordeaux above him, who've got more games in hand. He's had an absolute horrendous time. And he's got... it's not as if he ain't got the team, because he has got the team. He's got an amazing team. Truth be told, he should be walking the league. That is a fact. I did have a conversation with him saying, how come you've gone back to two up top? I don't personally like that two up top thing. I mean, it'd be different if he had Ronaldinho at the very top. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't realise he'd swapped goalkeepers. Costanzo's come in. Chiotis was just letting him fucking down. Look at Chiotis. He brought in his 7th player. You may remember he still had one more player. There's his player. A good signing, but he's let him down. 6, 7, 8. Yakubu, they've all let him down, to be honest with you. Hofland 690. Yakubu, no one's really done very well for him. Ronaldinho 758 is still pretty shit. It's hard to pinpoint just what the problem is. We were saying last night, hopefully the winter break is going to let him come back a little bit stronger. I personally think he'll come good. I think he'll have a good run. The one thing Matt did do, which I think could bite him in the arse, the Juventus job came. Now, the Juventus job didn't appeal to me. It does appeal to me, but not whilst I've got a work in progress with Valencia. And then the next thing, Matt sent me that he'd been offered it, so he clearly applied for it. And he says, what would you do? I says, look, right, it's up to you what you do. Personally, I would want to be staying in France. But he's a bit conscious about getting the sack, and I get that. He's not insecure or anything like that on the job status thing. So he didn't take the Juventus job, but he did apply to it, and their side was looking decent. They got a lot of money. Then Atletico Madrid came up, and he did the same thing. He applied, didn't take it. The problem you got, right, especially with the ODB with Nick's Patcher, which rectifies a lot of the flaws, is your board will have a bit of a pop at you if you're applying for jobs. Particularly if you're applying and not taking them, they'll say, well, you're not loyal, so it can backfire. So that's just something, I don't like to see a statement come up saying, the way I read it is I'll only apply for a job if I'm going to take it. If I'm applying for it with the intention of taking it, if I'm offered it, fair enough. So I didn't apply for Juventus. I weren't going to apply for Athletic Bilbao. The only team I remotely might apply for would be Real Madrid. And the reason being is because Real Madrid are doing so shit. They're in Spain. I'm in Spain. You know, I think with Real Madrid, I think with 7 transfers, we can't say, they're secure. So they've got a bit of money. That is what I might consider if they sack their manager. They are the current champions. So that's that. Going back to Matt. So he is looking, well, I'll say looking good in the Champions League. He's got a bit of a difficult looking group. Roma and his former club Leeds. Now, he openly said to me he regretted leaving Leeds. And I think when you're having a bad run at your new club, you're going to feel that. I think leaving Leeds was the right thing to do. I think the only thing I'd have stayed at Leeds for was to win the Champions League. And if you're going to stay, you've got to make that your main objective, the Champions League. You know, he got to the final 2 years in a row with Leeds United, the Champions League, lost them both. Personally, I think he did the right thing in taking Paris. I don't think he did the transfer probably adequately. You know, I mean, I would have brought probably a different goalkeeper. I don't know. It's a difficult one, but the Champions League is as is. He, in terms of the cups, now you've got a League Cup coming up, and as much as I hate to say this, Matt, right, and you said this earlier in the season, and I said it's going to get worse. Your games is going to get worse because you've got the League Cup, you've got the French Cup, like the FA Cup, you've got the League, you've got the Champions League, and then I mean, just looking, we thought you didn't have a game until the 13th or 14th, but you can see you've got games there, the 8th, the 10th, the 14th, and these cup games are going to come fast. They're going to come through fast. Brace yourself, Matt. Brace yourself. But I do truly believe you will come good. I think you'll at least, let's just see what you've got to get to in France. Top 3 for Champions League. I think you'll easily make. I mean, you should be winning the title, and I still really believe. I think you'll still come good. I think Bordeaux's a team you've got to be careful of because they've got games in hand, but I think they'll gradually slip up. I do feel Costanzo needs to be the guy that starts. Why have I gone to here? I didn't mean to. I do still Costanzo needs to be the guy that starts. I would personally, my formation, I'd be using a similar sort of formation. I don't think that took top or three. I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's just my perspective. So that's where we're at then. Let's just have a look at our attributes. Okay, that's me. Okay, looks good. I'd hire me. I would certainly hire me. And let's take a look at Matt. Yeah, looks good. And it's funny, right, how the biggest, shittiest attribute we've both got is adaptability. Now, it's funny, really, because adaptability and the way he's not adapted to French football, well, not that I think that makes any blind bit of difference. I don't think Matt's done all his transfers. I have got a transfer coming in next season on a Bosman. I managed to land one guy, Matt Jansen. Matt Jansen will arrive at Valencia. Now, unless we were to win the title, which I don't genuinely think, I'm not playing it down, but I think it's going to be very difficult. Who knows where we'll be next season. If we don't win the title, we'll still be at Valencia. Who knows? But we are looking good. We are looking very, very good indeed. We've managed to finally get John Carew to sign a new contract. We gave him a good run of games. He started scoring. We gave him a new contract. All good. All good indeed. But we certainly need money. And look who's in goal as well. Do you recognise him? Danny Milosevic, ex-Leeds player. And you may recall I brought those best fullbacks in the world. Mike Duff, 12 games, 7-4-0. Victory's only had one game. So that is that. So that is that then with the Game On Challenge. We are still soldiering on. And I think when you have a bad run like Matt's having, it almost deflates you. For me, it does deflate in any game, but it also spurs you on to, so I've got to fucking change this. And I think Matt was a little bit apprehensive about this being recorded. But do you know what, Matt? The next video is going to be, could well be, touch wood, where it's being turned around. I believe you can do it, Matt. I've got faith in you, even if you haven't got faith in yourself. That's it from me, guys. If you want any saves review and anything you want doing on Championship Manager, pop it in the comments box right down there. Until next time from me, guys, take it easy.